Once again, we have that famous line in Judges. This time, I'm doing Judges chapter 4. This one is about Deborah and Barak. And people, I don't know if people remember, there's the main character who turned everything around, a lady named Jael. So, yeah, let's get into it. Here is that famous line, and the people of Israel did wrong in the sight of God. They did evil in the sight of God. The previous judge they had was Ehud, and he had died. And the Lord has sold the children of Israel to Jabin, king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. The commander of his army was Sisera. I love that name, Sisera. Again, here the children of Israel, they cry out to God, and God being merciful. In his mercies, in his ways, he listens to his children. He listens to his children's cries, and he has to send somebody. He has to raise somebody to go and rescue them. By this time, the children of Israel had been oppressed for 20 years. They had been in oppression, in bondage, for 20 years. And this person was cruel, y'all. He was cruel. Now, here enters one of the characters. She's a judge, not really a character, she's a judge. Her name is Deborah. I love how she's introduced. Deborah, prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth. The wife of Lapidoth was judging Israel at the time. Yeah, Deborah was a judge at this time. Now, Deborah received a message that from God, he's going to give them freedom from Sisera. Remember, Sisera is the commander of this other army that was oppressing the children of Israel. And that they have been given victory, freedom from the hands of their oppressors. And here, basically, Deborah is telling Barak to have confidence, to gather his troops, to go fight, and that they will win. God will draw out Sisera, the general of Jabin's. He's a general. Sisera is a general of Jabin's army. But Barak, Deborah having that message, Barak did not want to go to war by himself. He wanted Deborah to come with him because she's the one who had received the message. I think he felt more confident that being the one that she had received this message, it would give him like more confidence if she was there. So here it says, Deborah tells Barak that yes, we will go. Yeah, we can go, but just know that the victory is not going to be given into your hands. The victory is going to be given into the hands of a woman. Now they go to war, and Sisera is confident because I'm sure they've done this like 100 times, 1,000 times, if not 1,000,000 times, and they have won against the children of Israel. So Sisera is sure this is like a walk in the park. Little did he know that God had already given victory to Barak and his army, and that this day, Sisera, the general, this day he falls. So, in the war, God is leading Barak in this war, like with all the 10,000 armies and stuff, but God is before them. And he's rerouting Sisera's path so that the victory is ensured. So at this point, they've been walking, and then Sisera decides, okay, I need to get off the horse, and I need to get off my chariot rather, and be on my feet. Maybe I could run. Maybe this way I could be able to escape this. So, because Barak was pursuing the chariots and all the armies with his army. So Barak's army caught up with Sisera's army and they killed all of them and none of them was left. Each one of them, the Bible says, fell to the sword, fell by the sword, and not a man was left. And Sisera fled away on foot to the tent. So in this tent, he meets this lady that is called Jael. 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 And I'm sure nobody's paying attention attention to Jael, the wife of Heber, the Kenite. And you know what? This is where it takes a turn for the worse for Sisera, because he knew for sure he has escaped, but near this tent, Jael comes out. I think she had probably, I don't know, from the airways or some birdies, I don't know, that Sisera was passing through, escaping. And she came out to meet him and she invited him inside. And Sisera was like, oh, thank God, I'm sure he felt like he has been saved. So when Jael invites her into a tent, Sisera asks for a cup of water, because remember, he's been running, he's been fighting, he is tired at this point. He just wants to rest. But Jael, being the smart woman, the wise woman that she is, what does she do? She gives him milk. See, who would have thought of that? She gives him milk. Milk, when Sisera drinks the milk, because he's so tired, Jael covers him up. And Sisera proceeds to rest and to sleep, yeah. And then that is when Jael goes and gets a tent peg. A tent peg and a hammer. Then she walks softly to him and she drove the peg into his temple until it went into the ground while he was lying asleep from weariness. So Sisera died. Oh my God, this is what... You know, initially when Deborah tells Barak that God is going to give victory, this victory is going to be given to the hands of a woman, I thought it's going to be Deborah, of course, because she's the judge, yeah? Because it's men who used to go to these wars. I don't think there will be a name tagged inside the scriptures named Jael who would be able to win this one, finish this thing. At this point, when this is done, she goes and calls Barak, because remember Barak, they're still hunting for Sisera. And she's like, hey, yo, come see the man that you're looking for. And Barak comes and sees what Jael did. And on that day, God subdued Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the people of Israel. And once again, the hand of God was in Israel. Until the next judge. Until they do evil in the sight of God again, and God decides to punish them. So when they have received victory, they are so happy. They sing and dance and they are joyful, and they sing songs to Deborah, to Jael, songs of how she struck Sisera all by herself. And as soon as Deborah died, they went back to it. But before they did, they had peace. They had peace and success. Yeah. and the land rested for 40 years. So for 40 good years, they had peace in the